Alright everybody, I'm back and I'm getting close to finishing off my death metal collection, so we're going to be talking about brutal death metal. Hopefully this is one video, but we'll see. I haven't really touched metal in like 3 weeks. I shouldn't say like 3 weeks, it's like a week or two, so bear with me here. We're listening to Greatest Our Sin by Revocation. So the first one is Mechanism of Omniscience by Abnormality. Abnormality is brutal death metal from Massachusetts. Had a nice conversation with their bass player about Type of Negative. The singer's name, or signature, autograph, whatever the hell you want to call it. But yeah, me and him had a nice talk about Peter Steele and Type of Negative, which is cool. Had a nice talk with her about vegetarianism, if that's a word. Abnormality. Next, this is like slamming deathcore, I guess. So I put it in the brutal death metal rather than deathcore. But this is When Mutation Becomes Homicidal by Acrania. I believe they're from Colorado? No, they're from Nevada. Big fan of this. Big fan of the album cover. Super brutal. Very groovy, very heavy, as you would expect slamming deathcore to be. And yeah, not like ridiculous album titles. Like, this is a lot more science-based, and that's another thing that makes me think of brutal death metal, you know, like the Deeds of Flesh style lyrics. And yeah, Acrania. Next is Colombian brutal death metal band, Human Meat Gluttony by Amputated Genitals. It took me a while to track down some Amputated Genitals, and it's not ridiculously good, it's nothing original, it's just good brutal death metal. I thought the name was ridiculous, and that's what drew me to it. So yeah, it's got, like, you know, crazy stuff on it. Indigested with Human Heads. It's just weird stuff. Charred Neighborhood. Eliza's Bullets and Brain. Rites of Brutality. Stuff like that. It's just brutal death metal. Next is a band from Arlington Heights, Illinois. It's like the old school style of brutal death metal. This is Impaled in Comparison by Anthrofuge. This is nothing too special. I like this artwork. I think it's really cool. I've seen it a bunch of times, but I still enjoy it. Oh yeah, nothing too crazy. Picture of the catacombs is the disc art. Yeah. Anthrofuge, Impaled in Comparison. Next, some Slam. This is Asphyxiating on Excrements by Cerebral Incubation. This is slamming brutal death metal, very generic style of slamming brutal death metal, just what you would expect from the sound. And yeah, super brutal, really violent lyrics, disgusting album cover, obvious slammers. I was gonna get a flag with that album cover, but I don't have any money. But yeah, Cerebral Incubation. Next is Italian brutal death metal band. This is War of the Toilet Gear by Corpse Fucking Art. This is a ridiculous band. It's just goofy. Look at that. There's a toothbrush shooting a bar of soap, and then everything about this is just ridiculous. And that's what I like so much about this band. Is they're serious enough to be serious, but they're not a joke band. They're just kind of goofy. And I like that about them. If you like good brutal death metal, check this band out. You'll laugh. Great movie clips, everything. Check it out. Next, Jesse, get out of here. My dog's being a turd. Next is a band that I've played with in my band. Actually, these guys technically opened for us, just because in order we went on before them, or after them. So this is a Allegory of Fear by Evangelist. Chicago-based aborted worship. Not very grindy at all though, and probably some of the worst band shirts I've ever seen. Like the gayest Mastodon shirt I've ever seen, one of the most lame Opeth shirts. Yeah. Evangelist. If you like Aborted, check it out. Next. It's another band from around here. This is a band from Crystal Lake, Illinois. This is The Seeds of Abysmal Torment by Fleshgrind. Fleshgrind is a big name, very grindy, brutal death metal. Very cool. I don't listen to this too much, but I do enjoy it thoroughly when I do listen to it. It's got a lot of vocals. Very cool if you're into grindy death metal. Making good time. Next. This is basically Cryptopsy Worship from Massachusetts. This is Rice on Suede by Gortuary. I originally bought this thinking it said Gortuary, which is a slam band that is kind of a pain to find things from. And I thought it was an album that I've never heard of. But little did I know, it's a different band that I found to be awesome. Gortuary's killer. If you like Cryptopsy, you'll love this. It's got everything Cryptopsy has, except without the name. So, Gortuary, Rice on Suede. Next, very important band in brutal death metal, I'd say. This is King of All Kings by Hate Eternal. I think this is the second Hate Eternal album, maybe. Somewhere close, somewhere in the early era of discography. Very cool album, very brutal, but coherently brutal. It's very consistent, and it's got very re-listenable qualities to it, unlike most death metal style, in my opinion. This is my favorite Hate Eternal album, so there it is. Next. Very cool Hate Eternal album. This is Fury in Flames. This is another good one. I don't know nearly as well. I've only listened to it maybe once, maybe twice. Which is nice about this one, though, is the bass player's passed away. That's not nice, I guess, but Alex Webster plays the bass on this record. Very cool. I know Eric Rosen is very important for Cannibal Corpse, considering he's been their producer for the past, several records, since Wretched Spawn, I know, at least. So, yeah, this is Fury in Flames by Hate Eternal. And last by them is the newest one, Infernus. I got the box set that came with the flag and the cool patch download card, which is very cool looking. I would definitely check this out. They deserve your support. Next is some slam. This is some Norwegian slam. This is 10 Acts of Sickening Perversion by Cranium. I have 3 of their 4 full lengths, and this is definitely my least favorite. This is out on Severed Records. If I'm not mistaken, this is their second record. Maybe, no, this is their first record. Okay, yeah, this is very grimy. The dirtiest of all the Cranium albums, in my opinion. Apparently this is pretty elusive, and I just got it off CD and records, so. Next, probably my favorite Cranium album. This is Post-Mortal Coital Asphyxiation. God, what a mouthful. These people have to be I don't know, they have to be like medical doctors to come up with these song names, you know. I don't even want to start pronouncing this stuff because it'll just sound like a complete retard. Yeah, this is just brutal slamming brutal death metal. I am the Messiah of eternal suffering. Cool quote on there. That'd be cool on a shirt. Brutal. And newest Cranium album, Chronicles of Perversion. Very cool. Very glad to own this one. I've only listened to this once, and it wasn't even the CD. So I haven't been in a mood for death metal or really metal in general, other than the stoner bands, like Sleep and the likes. So this hasn't tickled my fancy in a while, but I bet y'all love it when I do listen to it. Next is a cool band from California. This is the band Left for Dead with their album Exit Humanity. This is a brutal tech-ish death metal. Very Dying Fetus-esque. If you like Dying Fetus, you'll love this. Like, no way around it. Not cut out saw blade, which is nice because that means I can listen to it. Assumed. But yeah, this is super cool to have. If you like Dying Fetus, there's not much I could really say because I don't know much about this band. So, Left 4 Dead. Next, one of my favorite bands in brutal death metal. This is Mortician with the album Hacked Up for the Barbecue. I have the CD, but not the booklet and such, which is lame, but you know, I'll get around to buying a new version. But for now, this is doing its work. I love the movie samples, I love the goofiness, I love the Halloween. This is Halloween music to me. People are like, oh no, it's Acid Witch. No, it's Mortician. And the Misfits, motherfuckers. Next, now with the Las Vegas Slam. This is Interspecies Bondage by Nephrectomy. I opened this on Christmas, and this was like the first one that I pulled out, and I just laughed, and it was great. Slamming brutal death metal, everything you'd expect out of Slam. Like, this is ridiculous, everything about it. Check this out if you like Slam, and if you like Slam, you probably know it, but you never know. Next. Proliferation of Malignancy by Penis Leech. It's just old school Cannibal Corpse worship. Like, if you like the music of torture and less good, I guess, less good torture, Penis Leech. I'm running low on time, so I'm gonna rush through some of these. This is a Las Vegas Slam project. This is Systematic Mutilation by Phalloplasty. This is just a really cool experimental, I'd say, in some ways, because he does so much weird stuff for Slam. Phalloplasty is an acquired taste for some, but I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I think it's a good album. So I'd check out Phalloplasty if you want some Slam with some different styling to it. Next is Progressive Slam, Aphelion by Slamophiliac. This is just, I don't even know what to say. It's just spacey sounding brutal death metal, but slamming brutal death metal. Not spacey like Deeds of Flesh, spacey like just Pink Floyd spacey mixed with like Slam. And it's great. Check out the alien sounds of Slamophiliac. Next is this pretty terrible album, but it's Reforged in Gore by Splattered Mermaids. It's a really stupid name for an album. Very goofy human beings. Great album, I guess, if you're into this stuff, but it's just Broken Bottle Force Feeding. Are you kidding me? I'm just like directly gonna copy Cannibal Corpse at this point. You may as well. Next is a Crash Course in Cranium Crushing by Serial Butcher. Awesome blind buy. This is probably one of my favorite brutal death metal albums and brutal death metal bands ever. This is a song called Reduced to a Sausage. Frankie in the Fridge, a first grade teacher's pulpification, tenderly blowtorched. Just great. Check out Serial Butcher, it's awesome. And the last one is the last one for this. This is Symphony of Slit Throats by Syphilic. I'm not too big on Syphilic, sorry Luke, but it's cool. I can listen to it. I don't listen to it much because it just doesn't do anything for me. It's just kind of boring. It's like that Amputated Genitals album to me. But yeah, grotesque album cover and gross music. So that's brutal death metal. Next will be my melodic death metal. So stay tuned for that one. Keep it greasy.